Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to deploy Kubernetes cluster on Amazon Web Services on AWS EC2 instances. Using this tutorial from Alteros.com, on their blog, they have given the required steps on how we can install Kubernetes using KubeSpray on AWS EC2 instances. I will be making quite few changes to the installation script. Otherwise, rest of the things will be same. You can access it from this URL here from alteros.com blog installing Kubernetes using KubeSpray. KubeSpray is basically a tool or a bootstrapping tool that works with either Ansible or Ansible and Terraform together. In this tutorial, we'll be using combination of Ansible, Terraform and KubeSpray, where purpose of Terraform is to produce the required AWS resources, including the AWS EC2 instances, virtual private cloud and load balancer. All these components we will be creating using Terraform. With Ansible, Ansible will be actually used along with KubeSpray to deploy Kubernetes cluster. So role is very much predefined here. Terraform will be responsible for provisioning the AWS resources, and the second tool, which is Ansible and KubeSpray, this combination we will use this combination to bootstrap Kubernetes or install Kubernetes on those EC2 instances. There is a GitHub repository which is available, which you need to clone in your local machine, and it has all the required configuration files that you might have to modify probably. On my screen, you will see this is the Kubernetes installation guide with KubeSpray on AWS. I have opened the blog here on my left hand side screen. On right hand screen, I have got two terminals, terminal 1 and terminal 2. I'll be using them simultaneously. So let me use terminal 2 to just access my AWS environment here. I have got logged into my AWS environment. I can just check, wait a second, EC2. Let's see if I have any kind of okay, I need to get a help. Okay. Okay, I guess instead of using this CLI environment, I will instead use another Firefox window to open my AWS console in here. Here it is. Let me just shift the window. Okay, this location is also good, but it's far better if I can move it here. AWS console. I'll just log in into my AWS console first. This is my AWS management console. Here I am. Let me just log back in. Here it is. I'll log in into my AWS console. Don't want to save credentials. Here is my AWS console. Let me just quickly go to EC2 dashboard. Right now, I do not have any EC2 instances running in AP South region. You will see there are 0 running instances, but there is one key pair that I can use. Either you use your existing key pair, or you can generate a new SSH key pair and use that new key pair instead. Okay, I will instead use the existing one, KHS key pair. There are no EC2 instances actually. In order to do this bootstrapping process with Terraform requires API level access to your AWS subscription, and in order to grant that, just head over to your AWS console, click on your username and then go to my security credentials. Here you will have to generate the security credentials for API access. Let's see. So I'll go to the access key section here. Last time I have already generated those access keys. You can see here the last access keys that I generated over here. Either you use your existing access keys or you can create new set of access keys. Now for this demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this particular new access key I'm going to create now, and whatever access key I'm going to use in this demo, I'm going to delete it later on. I'll show you how to delete it, by the way. This is the access key. Let me just scroll towards right. Access key is available over here. What I'll do is I will delete my old access keys, and fine, access keys are deactivated. Let me just copy this ID over here to confirm the deactivation. I would recommend you to do that whenever you are doing a demo like what I am doing right now. It makes sure that even though your access keys are compromised, right, even though your access keys are shared with someone, you can, you know, safeguard your account. What I will do is I will just copy these access keys now in a small text editor screen. Let me open a text editor here. This is my access key. Sorry, this is access key ID and this is my access key. Two parameters I need. Fine. So this is what I'm going to need later on in my Terraform configuration. One more thing, you will have to ensure that Terraform is installed in your machine. On my system, you can see Terraform is already installed. And by the way, if you want to know how to install Terraform, this blog will explain you how to do that. Basically, what you need to do is you need to download Terraform binaries or the zip file. Okay, just download it, extract it, and move it to one of the folder in your environment path environment variable. Like in this demo, it is located at user local beam. In my case also, I have installed it, I guess, in the same location. Yes, I have also extracted it or installed it in user local bin directory. This is from where I'm able to pick up Terraform. Fine. What I'll do next is I need to clone the repository first, the GitHub repository which I'm going to use. So let's use this GitHub repository link. You can notice here my mouse pointer is on left hand side screen. Let me open it in a new tab. Okay, this is CubeSpray repository. So let me just take the URL here and I'm going to download it here. So let's do one thing. Let's go to my documents folder first. You can choose wherever you want this to be extracted. Right now I'm in my home Mahindra documents folder. So what I'm planning to do now is I'm going to just clone it here. So I'll use git clone and then I'll use the URL and press enter. This will download all the content of that GitHub repository on my screen. You can see it now. Fine. Once everything is installed, I'm going to first provision my Terraform resource, and what I need to do for that is, wait a second, that is done. Okay, so let's go to that folder, the CubeSpray folder. From CubeSpray I'll go to Contrib, and from Contrib I will go to Terraform, and from Terraform I'll go to AWS. This is the subfolder which actually contains all the required template, Terraform configuration here. If you just explore this directory, you will see there is a sample credential file available here. Where is the credential here? Credential.tfvar.example. Let me just copy that credential.tfvar and I'll just call it credentials.tfvar. I have just dropped the example part. Edit it using your favorite text editor. You can use Nano or you can use VI. Okay, and then I need to provide all these details like access key. Now that's my access key ID. From here I'll just copy and paste it in here. Then I need the actual access key which acts like a password for API. Here I'll copy and paste it. I also need SSH key. My SSH key name is K8s. Okay, if you want to know from where I got this access key, I will show you. It's right here in my console. It's actually from the console. So I'll show you how you can get it back. Let me just close this. Go to services. From services, I will go to the EC2. From EC2, then scroll down and look for the key pairs and look at the key pair name. The key pair name over here is K8s. So that key pair name I'm using here. Region I'm going to use here is AP South 1, which is Mumbai region. So this is the credential file, Control X, save the changes, yes, or use your text editor's default command. Let me verify it once by using cat command. Yeah, everything looks fine. And okay, case sensitivity is all maintained here. So what I'm planning to do now is, now that everything is properly maintained over there, what I'll do is I will now just check this. Wait a second. Yeah, file is modified. I will now open the configuration file. Okay, so the configuration file, I'm going to just evaluate it once. Let's just do ls, and this is verify file, this is infrastructure file, this is credentials file, and this is Terraform tfvars file. Okay, this is the example file here, terraform.tfvars. So let me use my same text editor, nano, terraform.tfvar. You need to provide your cluster name. Let's say I want my cluster to be called KTS 101. Use some globally unique name. You need to provide IP address ranges, VPC IP address range here. You want VPC to be created with this IP address range, and you want subnet to be created. You will see we have got 2 private subnet and 2 public subnet. In case if you want, you can change these IP addresses as well, or just continue with the default IP address ranges. You need to provide the Bastion host size. Bastion host is the one that will be used for connecting with the actual Kubernetes workers or Kubernetes masters. Here, for a demo purpose, you can either use T2 medium or T2 micro, whichever one you want to use. So I will continue with the T2 micro instances. You can specify how many Kubernetes master EC2 instances you want to provision. I will write here 1. A simple rule which we follow in Kubernetes is the number of masters. A typical master count on production environment is usually 3 or 5. It's always an odd number. It should be a EC2 instance of this size, T2 medium. Number of ETC, I will say I want just 1 machine with ETC database, and then workers I just want 2. You can increase them if you want, like default configuration uses 4, I want just 2 workers. The only reason why I'm actually decreasing these numbers is because I want to save on my cost. Then the elastic load balancer Terraform is going to provision here is going to actually open this port 6443. Okay, this is the port mapping, and this is the API server address. If you want, you can apply some tags, and then there is an inventory file which will be picked up 3 levels up. I guess my configuration is now enough. I'll save the changes to my terraform.tfvar. So that's my Terraform template. This template will be now deployed on AWS. So let me do one thing now. I'll just switch spaces here. Let's make this a big screen here. Okay, and let's go to EC2. These are my EC2 instances. You will see right now I do not have any EC2 instances. Now number of running instances now is 0, but don't worry, I will provision the EC2 instances now using Terraform. So what I'll be doing now, I'll be doing this. I'll be now going to deploy this. So wait a second. From this directory, let me run Terraform init. Terraform init is actually a command that will scan your Terraform file, terraform.tfvars file, and then it will identify what all AWS resources need to be created out of it, and then it will make sure that the Terraform extensions or modules, which we call it in Terraform, for creating those necessary AWS component, whether they are available in your system or whether they need to be installed. Let's see. So it is initializing the modules. It's going to use AWS ELB, AWS IAM, and AWS VPC modules here. Then it's initializing the plugin. You can see it's downloading all the required plugins for AWS, Terraform AWS. It might take a couple of minutes now for installing all the required plugins. Actual instances will be created only when you use Terraform apply command. Just have to wait for plugin installation. Okay. Okay. Plugins are getting downloaded now. It all depends on how fast your internet connection is. Okay, Terraform is finally initialized. So it's time to create a plan. So Terraform has this very simple command, Terraform plan. Let's give it a name. Let's say I'm creating plan 1 and I need a var file here. So var file I want to use here is credentials. Why it's not working? Okay, auto completion doesn't work here. So credentials.tfvar is the var file. So I'm passing a var file that provides all the required credentials to it, and it will create a plan with name plan1. So let's create a plan. Looks like the file name is wrong. Let me check what is exact file name. Credentials.tfvar is the file name. Let me just repeat that again. Okay. Oh, I guess copy didn't work. tfvar file, copy this, or let me just type it manually, credentials.tfvar. Okay, press enter. Okay, good. Everything is already, all the extensions or plugins were already there. So plan has been created now. You can see my plan is created with name plan1, and I can now begin applying this plan using this very simple command. So let's copy this command and paste it here. Looks like copy paste isn't working here anymore. May have to type it manually, but that's okay. Terraform apply plan1, and now the actual task begins. It will now start provisioning all the required AWS resources in here. So resources are getting created. I'll just pause it for some time now. Okay, you can see it's taking too much time to prepare all the resources. You can, by the way, check your EC2 dashboard, and you will see it has almost created all the EC2 instances, only one is pending. These are the instances, you can see it here. So there is worker 1, master 0, worker 0, etcd, Bashan node 0 and Bashan node 1. So there are two Bashan nodes, there is one etcd, there are two workers, and there is one master. So you can see here there are total 6 EC2 instances it has provisioned. Okay. So what I will do is I will split this video into two parts. Number one was the provisioning the resource using Terraform, and in the second part I will show you how to use the resources generated by Terraform, these resources later for deploying KubeSpray, because actual script, the Ansible command that install Kubernetes on all those EC2 instances usually takes around 20 or more minutes to install and run through everything. So in this video I will stop it here. Okay, this is how I'm just using Terraform to provision all the required resources on AWS. Please remember, there is nothing installed in those machines. Even though the names of the nodes say Kubernetes etc 0 or master 0, worker 1, they don't even have Docker or container runtime installed on them. They are plain Ubuntu machines. Either you manually install everything into it, or you use KubeSpray, Ansible to automatically install and configure Kubernetes cluster on it. Everything is up to you. So I will stop my recording right here. It's going to take some 4-5 minutes more for provisioning all the resources. Okay. In next video, I'll show you how to install the Kubernetes using Kubespray. Thank you.